Scrape it, scrape it, scrape that mother...
Pikachu!
Scrape that,
Pikachu!
Johnny!
Back in 2003, I was that kid on the playground, trading cards with friends and working my way up to the rare, shiny cards. Fast forward to today, and after moving to Japan in 2019, I've dived headfirst into collecting Japanese Pokemon cards exclusively. Collecting Pokemon cards can be an amazing hobby, but let's be real, it's expensive. So I started to think, what's the best way for a poor boy to build up a collection? Is it better to rip packs in the hopes of a shiny Charizard card? Or should you stick to buying singles to build up a collection? Using data from my own card pulls that I did for science, I hope to establish which method will give you the best bang for your buck. I first started by opening 2 boxes of cards, SV3 Ruler of the Black Flame and SV3A Raging Surf. I didn't really need to do this because I have a lot of data already, but despite this, I did the noble act in the name of scientific accuracy. You're welcome. From these 2 boxes, I pulled 300 cards total, with 90 being common, 45 uncommon, 7 rares, 4 double rares, 3 illustration rares, and 1 secret rare. These findings were pretty identical across all 4 boxes I used for this data, so what we'll be looking at is the unique cards instead. What I found was that, for main expansion sets, I completed about 73% of the set in unique cards, with about 32% of the cards being pulled in extras. With an average price of about 54 yen per card, and considering the box cost 5,400 yen per, this resulted in the value of the individual cards being approximately 6,150 yen on average, and the extras being worth about 1,875 yen, according to Japanese card shop Yuyute. These findings show that, overall, it's not bad opening a box to start out each set. You get the fun of opening packs, and get a little more value than the price you paid for the box. The numbers get a little less positive looking at the smaller A sets. Within these boxes, I completed only about 68% of the set on average, and a whopping 58% of the cards pulled were extras. This meant that only 42% of the cards were useful for our collection, and at an average price of 53 yen per card for these boxes, this gave us a measly 4,350 yen value in unique cards, and 3,550 yen in extras. This shows that, with there being a somewhat strict set number of cards in each box, and with the sets being smaller, you end up with a lot more extras, and are unlikely to match the value of the unique cards with the box price. You might be thinking, well, I'll just sell the extras and make a profit, but the prices I pointed out don't fully take into account what the costs are for people that might be selling this small scale, such as shipping. Not much point selling a 30 yen card when shipping costs 50 yen. This also doesn't take into account the time it would take you to sell all these cards, or the time each sale would take you. Sure, you might see a profit eventually, but that 3,000 yen profit might have cost you hours in listing cards, managing your inventory, walking to the post office, etc. Overall, for most people, it's just not worth it. Great, so let's figure out what the game plan is. If you're collecting a main set and you're not selling your extras, you should open 1 box. If you are selling the extras, you should of course still open the 1 box. The large number of rares and uncommons in these sets makes it worthwhile to open at least 1 box. But, if you're collecting a smaller A set and not selling your extras, you should just buy singles. The only time you should be opening these smaller sets is if you're selling the extras, at least from a financially responsible standpoint. But then again, if we were financially responsible, we wouldn't be buying Pokemon cards, now would we? I'm going to stick to buying 1 box per set.